So in 2014, I'm just hanging in there knowing I have to have this eye surgery soon. And the first bass player of Driver, Tom, led me into another group he'd worked for, and that group was Jeremy Kilgore Group. Jeremy Kilgore Group was playing all over South Houston, Galveston, and the areas, and it was really popular at the time, and they were just playing everywhere. So I was quick to take up that opportunity. I had put off the beginning date in May for the eye surgery because Jeremy Kilgore Group had an offer to play after Bad Company in Chandler, Texas, and that was the night that the lights went out for me. I had been experiencing less and less eyesight every day, tunnel in and tunnel out, and that night it tunneled out on me, and it stayed out. I was to play that show completely blind. I realized right then that I couldn't see. I couldn't see anything. And yet I was still playing. I could hear the crowd, I could feel the crowd, I could feel the energy of the room, but everything had tunneled out and it stayed out, and it happened right there on stage, and I was like, oh my God, I've gone blind on stage. So this came as no real surprise to me because they had told me that that was going to happen, and at that moment it had just chosen to happen. Bad Company had played earlier that day, and I was cool because I knew, hey, I'm going to go in, and they told me they could fix my eyes. I'd be able to see again. Today I see just fine. But at the time, it was really quite a rush. I can't describe the feeling. I'd spent all day having fun at the festival, and then now, as the tears came down, because I realized that I was going to have to sit out after this particular show, and so it was a very, very emotional point for me, and I just, there's really no way to describe that feeling, and I mean, there's nothing I can ever say. That was a very magical moment, and as the tears fell down my face as I realized I was going to be out for a while, I just lived in that minute. I had come this far, and I was seeing flashes in my head from my whole life, and I've described, the movie several times to y'all, or the movie in my head that plays. It's what enables me to play, and I was happy. I had come this far. I had come back home. I played in some great bands and had a good time. My friends were all there, and even though I was going to have to sit out for a little while, I was cool with it. And what a way to go out. I mean, I went out in style. I went out playing drums for Jeremy Kilgore Band. And in fact, Bad Company had played earlier. And something magical happened that night. I don't really know because I didn't see it, but I'm curious. I still don't know. I think that some of those guys came out and joined us on stage a little later because we played Shooting Star. One of their songs was Last. That was the last song we played. And I think they might have joined us on stage because I could hear the crowd go nuts. I knew something was going on, but still this day I don't know what that something was. But I can tell you this, whatever that something was, the audience, the sound coming from the audience almost drowned out the band. So, I mean, I knew something was going on. I just have no idea to this day what that something was. And I really, truly believe, I'm not sure, but I think some of those guys from Bad Company might have came up when they heard us playing Shooting Star and joined us on stage. I'm really not sure what happened. I'm just really not sure. But whatever that thing was, it was a magical night for Jeremy Kilgore Group, and certainly a magical night for me. This was going to be the last time that I sat behind a set of drums in a big situation for a very long time. Several times in my documentary, I've discussed the movie that plays in my head that is part of the gift that I have to be a musician, to be able to play the way I do. And I felt it appropriate to make a video simulation, and since all of y'all have been a part of it, it looks something like this. My ride was over for a while, but I was happy. I'd thrown some tremendous parties, met some incredible people. I played in 11 great bands 11 great bands around the Houston, Galveston area while I did back home. And I mean, I had such a good time. I literally had the time of my life. And for a middle-aged guy to come back and play with all these people, see all these people again from high school and earlier in their life, you know, and play and do all these things. There's just, I mean, there's no experience I can ever, nothing's ever going to replace that. And what a way to go out playing for Jeremy Kilgore Group, truly one of the finest artists I've ever worked with. And so I was happy. I realized that, hey, I was going to come back on the scene, and what a way to go out. I mean, that's going out in style. Playing for Jeremy Kilgore, I mean, I just can't say enough about that. And I will never, ever forget this experience as long as I live.